Welcome to the Bite Size Podcast. I'm your host, Lorayne Michaels, former EMT and nursing assistant, now business owner and wild entrepreneur. I walked away from over 15 years in medicine to pursue my passion and my God-given talents. Now, I get the honor of helping other women discover their passions and purpose. If you're feeling stuck in life, unsure where to go or what to do, welcome. If you're exactly where you want to be, great, you're welcome here too. If you have faced any kind of hardship or setback, you have found a safe place here. In other words, no matter who you are, or what you've been through, or what you're going through, this is the space for you. On the Bite Size Podcast, we'll discuss life, business, and faith. There's something for everyone. So grab a cup of coffee and something to take notes with, because there will definitely be things you won't want to forget. What's going on? Welcome back to the Bite Size Podcast. I'm your host, Lorayne Michaels, and today, I am spicy. I want to free somebody today from their anxiety. I want to free somebody today from their death grip on their life because they're trying to figure out God's will for it. I want to free somebody from the anxiety, the frustration, the confusion, the uncertainty. I want to free you today. I heard something on Instagram. I heard a clip. And it was a musician that was preaching. He's probably the, what are they called? Worship pastor, worship leader, but it's a pastor because they get up and they get to give a sermon. So anyways, he was saying he had an encounter. He's had encounters before with people who said, when did you know it was God's will for your life to be a musician? And he said, oh, it's not. And they look at him in confusion, befuddlement. Like, what? What do you mean? You're operating in your calling and your gifting. What do you mean that's not your will? That's not God's will for your life. And here's what he said that absolutely blew my mind. And I am going to say it to you, and this is going to free you. Because what if something happened and I was in an accident and I broke my voice box? I broke my fingers and I wasn't able to play. I wasn't able to sing. So what? Now I'm not living God's will for my life? I've missed God's will for my life? So that right there, I want you to think about that. If you are a carpenter and you think that you are living God's will for your life, and you very well might be, but you think that because of what you do, not who you are. So if you think that your profession or what you do is you living God's will for your life, and I'm going to use the carpenter, and you're a carpenter, and you saw off your fingers, and you're no longer to be a carpenter anymore. You get in an accident and you're paralyzed. You're no longer able to do that. You're a singer. You lose your voice. You break your vocal cords. It can happen. You're a surgeon, and you get in an accident and you lose a hand. You understand what I'm saying? If you're finding that what you do is God's will for your life, you are missing it, friend. You're missing it. Because what if something happens and you can no longer do the thing that you do that you think, or even other people think, that's God's will. You're living God's will for your life. And here is a biblical truth that is backing this. Me freeing you from this. 1 Thessalonians 5:16 through 18. The Lord commands to be joyful always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for your life in Christ Jesus. Friend, that's God's will for you. To pray continually, to be joyful always. and to give thanks in all circumstances. That's God's will for you. Because no matter what you do, it's not going to change who you are. You are a child of God. So wherever you are in all that you do, as long as you are a walking reflection of Jesus, you're loving others, you're being kind, you're forgiving, you're showing the love of Jesus, you're living God's will. So I hope that frees you, because it freed me. Because so often I am focused on what's God's will for my life. What am I supposed to be doing? For so long, I was in medicine for 20 years, and that was it. I was like, this is God's will for my life. I'm supposed to help people heal. I'm supposed to, help people that are in the worst place, in the worst time of their life, bring comfort, bring peace, bring healing, bring the hope of Jesus. But I attributed that to me being in medicine. And then after 2020 happened and the veil was lifted, and I realized what big pharma really was doing and what medicine was really all about. And it wasn't about helping and healing. It was about numbers and money. And patients were no longer patients. They were dollar signs. And then I lost it. Like, I lost my drive. I lost my identity, if you will. And I went back to, what is your will for my life, God? What am I supposed to be doing? I lost it because I thought that it was what I was doing equated God's will for my life, but that wasn't it. It's not it. I'm supposed to pray continually, be joyful always, give thanks in all circumstances. Those are the things that is God's will for my life. And if I'm doing those things, I'm living his will. I'm loving others. I'm bringing light to other people. I'm showing people grace, mercy. I could still bring healing. I could still point people to Jesus. So I hope that frees you. I hope that brings a new revelation to you. And I hope that encourages you. I hope that encourages you to wildly pursue what it is that is deep in your heart that you are feeling led to do, called to do. God is never going to push you to do something. He's going to wait patiently. You'll feel a tug, a pull, a yearning. You'll feel drawn to something. It's like a magnetic connection. You will be drawn to it. Whatever that is, art, drawing, drama, singing. Maybe it is medicine for you. For me, it's not. Functional medicine, yes. It's a whole different practice. But hear me. If you're a handyman, if you're in construction, whatever it is that you do, that is not God's will for your life. Doing is not God's will for your life. Being is God's will for your life. Being a light, being an encouragement, being loving, being forgiving. Being is God's will for your life, not the doing. So I hope that releases you today. I am so excited for what is coming. I hope you stay tuned. I hope you're following along. Please share these messages. That is the biggest ask I have of you. If you are hearing this, please repost it. Please share it. Please review. I'm begging you. The more that you repost, share, tag, leave a review, mostly leaving reviews. And the leaving a review doesn't take anything. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to jump on social media. You don't have to do any of that. Wherever you're listening to this podcast, if you give a review, I would be eternally grateful, because the more people that hear it, the more lives are changed. And I'm all about kingdom impact and encouraging others and bringing hope and light and love to others. And so when you review it, other people will see it. So friend, thank you for this short time. Thank you for listening. And Remember, you were divinely created for a divine purpose, and it's not to do, it's to be. I love you.
Hey, it's Lorayne. As you know, it's my joy and passion to teach and encourage others through this podcast, but my heart is actually at live events. Currently, I'm available for booking, so if you're organizing a live event, I'd love to share my story. Your audience will walk away with tangible tools on how to overcome limiting beliefs, break down obstacles, and discover their gifts, talents, and abilities in order to live a life that God created them to live. It's not the size of the audience that's important, it's the connection and impact that I will bring. For more information, email me at Lorayne@theboldbeginnings.com.